Let's have a look. So the Ace of Pentacles, it's a card that talks about, aces are always new opportunities, right? But we have to step through the doorway. They're doorways that get presented to us and we take advantage of them. So anything that begins with the Ace of Pentacles, and it's kind of strange because we have the 10 coming up here at the end. That's the completion of a cycle. So it looks like whatever was completed here, there's a new cycle beginning in relation to that, because that's Pentacles as well. Anything that begins with Pentacles energy, which is earth energy, it's slow. It begins slowly, but that's because we're laying each brick in the foundation carefully and solidly. And that's why anything that begins with earth energy has the potential to stand the test of time. Now, with the Ace of Pentacles coming up here, this could be something related to finances. This could be a brand new career that you're looking at, a new commitment in a relationship. And that doesn't mean you're breaking up with the person that you're with. If you're in a relationship, it just means that maybe you're more committed. I always find with Pentacles or with Earth, we are more committed. So this could be, it's always about our security and our stability when Pentacles comes up. So whatever that means to you, whether that's finances, whether that's your career, whether that's your relationship, but you're going about it in a more, I'm going to say physical way, but more tangible way. Now, why is that? Why is this new opportunity coming in? Why are you doing things differently? Well, we have the Ace of Wands coming up at the heart of your reading. So you have new passion. This could be a new creative project that you start. Wands are always about the energy that we put out into the world. So with these two, it's like you're getting an opportunity, you don't just feel the excitement. You don't just feel the creativity. You don't have this, just feel the passion. You're putting it out there in the world in a very tangible way. So like I said, some of you might be starting a new job. This can be that. And not just a new job. It may be a brand new career altogether. Maybe like me, like I used to work in corporate and now I do this. So, it can be a completely new career that you go into. But something that you're very kind of passionate about. You feel very passionate about this. Now, if this is a love life reading for you, there are new cycles beginning left, right and center. So, you want to do, maybe you feel passion for someone, and passions can run the whole kind of spectrum of passions. Like, passions can run a little high sometimes. But it feels like whatever it is, there's a grounded quality to this. And it's just the beginnings. Aces are just the beginnings, but we must take advantage of those opportunities. Now, why is that? We have the 10 of Pentacles coming up here as a past. Now, for some of you, I'm just going to say this because we do have the 6 of Swords coming up here, that this might be a situation in the past that you thought it was going to last a test time. Like, you might have, this could be a marriage of very many years that ended, or you guys were making plans to be committed together for a long time, but that cycle completed. This is our legacy. This is something that, we want to stand the test of time. We're in it for the long term. This might be a job that you started, a career that you've been in, and you thought you were going to be there till you retired. But this is coming up as the foundation of the past. So it kind of feels like you've left that behind, especially with all this new energy. And it doesn't have to just be that you're walking. For a lot of you, I'm getting the sense that this is a break. You're doing something completely brand new. But for others of you, it may just be that, the way you did that or how you regard that is changed. What you get out of it, what you put into this relationship, job, career, whatever, it's now something new, something different. You need this kind of breath of fresh air that's coming in with this. And it seems to have fired you up because we have coming up in the present, the Chariot. Now, the Chariot, it's your card. It's the card for Cancer. And a lot of people ask me, especially when they're learning the Tarot, how the hell is the Chariot the card for Cancer? Because, Cancer is all about home, security, safety, comfort, self-care, all of those things. Well, I always feel that the Chariot is taking us home. So wherever we feel is that destination that this Chariot is charging towards, it's home for us. It's what we consider as home, as safety, as security. And it's kind of sitting underneath this Ace of Pentacles, which is, again, the same thing. Pentacles is our safety, security, and stability. But it kind of feels like so in April, or at least you go into April kind of feeling like, well, okay, balancing head and heart. So you don't just trust the passion or the excitement that you have for this. You're putting some solid kind of groundwork behind this to get to this Chariot. And that's what the Chariot shows. It's 2 horses. One's the head, one's the heart. And if we let our head rule and our, go one way, our heart go the other, the 2 horses are not going to go very far. that's going in two different directions, and you can't do that. Some of you may be pulled in two different directions because you do have two aces. So one might be what calls to your passions, what is your creative outlet. The other one's, well, this will pay more. If I do this, it will pay more. But it kind of feels like there is a way to make both of these things work together. So you are the charioteer. You direct that. You decide what the destination is. So this is a victory card. It's victory, but through our own determination and efforts. And it is through this opportunity that's coming up, or that you are taking advantage of. But where does this lead? If you can direct the chariot, where are you headed? What are you going towards? Well, we have the Six of Swords here. And the Six of Swords, it's the journey card for me. It's going on a new journey. Now, all of life is a journey, so this doesn't have to be a literal journey. It always feels to me as if, she's turning her back. She's turned her back to us. She's walking away. So you may be turning your back on something to go and take advantage of this. Sometimes the Six of Swords, it does have a low level of sadness connected to it. Something that was difficult in the past. I mean, before this, we've had like the Three of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Five of Swords, they're not very easy energies. But the Six of Swords almost started to come out of that pain, that loss, whatever it was that we were experiencing. And it kind of feels to get to this new thing, to take advantage, because we do have the Ace of Wands sat above the Six of Swords. You're turning your back on something. Now, yes, we're moving away from a difficult situation, but it also indicates moving towards something that's easier. That's something that we want, especially with the Chariot coming up before this. But it may be because if the Six of Swords had come before the Chariot, that would be kind of different, right? It means we're walking away to something and then we have victory. But it's almost like you might still be going through a difficult phase before you can, because this is coming afterwards. It's like you move away from the difficulty after you've gotten in the Chariot and started charging off. So you pick the direction. I am getting the Ten of Pentacles in the past, because this is a lovely energy. It's a card of commitment, but it kind of feels like you're walking away from some commitment for a new opportunity. But like I said, it doesn't mean that you are leaving behind a job or a relationship. It may just be that you're doing things differently within that situation. You want to do something differently. Your goal is now, from what it was, your goal is now different. You have a different goal. This might have been what was practical, because Pentacles can be very practical. This was your practical stability. It paid well, right? Or that person wasn't the greatest, but at least you guys were together and you had a home together, or the relationship itself provided a level of security and stability. But now you want something more. You want something that fires you up. Now, this can also be the closing of distance between two people. I do get that with the Six of Swords sometimes. And distance doesn't have to just be literal. So but it can be. This can be a long distance relationship, or traveling for work. Like you actually have to physically relocate. But it can also be like you can live in the same house as someone. You can live next door to someone and just not be talking. You haven't talked for a year or, a month or something. And it's closing that distance because you feel kind of fired up. You feel this passion to do something, the energy that we put out, and it's you that does it. So, please don't have a look at this. You're the one that turns your back and walks away. You're the one that's driving the Chariot. This is not that kind of wait and see, I hope it happens energy. This is, what am I going to do? The Chariot is taking advantage of the situation. You jump in that Chariot and direct those horses where you want to go. So yes, opportunities come up, but it's what we do with them. Now, what's the advice here? What is the advice that's coming up? We have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is nostalgia. It's looking back. So what was in the past? What are we looking back at? We're looking back at this commitment. I get for some of you, this is going to be looking back at, well, I gave X, Y, and Z amount to a relationship, to a job, and it didn't fulfill me. It didn't satisfy me. I thought it would stand the test of time, but it hasn't. Some of you, it's going to be that. For some of you, it's almost like, it's a brand new shot at whatever this represents for you, because it's a general reading. So this is going to be different for each of you, whatever this was that you were committed to. It's a brand new shot at it with these two aces that come up. And like I said, this is going home. The Chariot for me is going home. Have a look. I love the Six of Cups in this deck, actually. If we have a look here, they're the same. They're the same person. This is the older version of her, and that's the kind of younger version of her. Sometimes this can be a dream that we had when we were younger. Some of you might have had a dream to be a fashion designer, to be an artist, to be a musician, something like that. That was your dream, but you with the Ten of Pentacles here, you You went into something corporate. You went and did something else because that paid well, that offered you more stability. And now it's about going back to that dream that you had. Because it's almost like she's looking back at her younger self, and her younger self is giving her the gift. Like, you know, remember we wanted this, or remember we were going to be this. Now, if it's a relationship, it's not, yes, the Six of Cups can be that card that indicates, you know, a situation that comes back from the past. But it doesn't have to be an ex. It doesn't have to be an evil ex. It can be, yes, but it's nostalgia. These are sweet memories. She doesn't have a problem looking back at her younger self, or, you know, the previous version of herself. So this is not going to be an evil ex, if that's what people are worried about. It can be that, you know, you were committed before to someone in a relationship, Ten of Pentacles. Now there's a new opportunity for this commitment. But it kind of feels like you have to let go of something to go forward to this, because this is the advice. The advice is look back at what's the gift that comes from this. And everything that we go through, good, bad, ugly, it is a gift. It's given us an experience. It's given us some knowledge. And it feels like that's the power behind your Chariot right now. And, you know, you're moving away from it. Because even if this is you reconnecting with someone, maybe you've had problems in a relationship that you're in, and you're getting back to that sweeter place where you were more committed. You're doing it in a brand new way. It's almost like you're meeting each other for the first time. I like the 2 sixes there, because that is very stable energy. The 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so for some of you, this is very career related. Okay, so we have the 7 of Pentacles here. And this is about, you know, what have you been putting your efforts into? Because we have the 7 and the 8. The 7 of Pentacles, it is, you know, you've been patient. You've been putting the work in. Maybe you just aren't seeing the results that you wanted. And that's why you're going in a completely different direction. Because you were fully committed to this, whatever it is that you were fully committed to. If it's a relationship, right? Even that, you were fully committed, but you didn't see the results that you wanted. Now you're going in a new direction. Now, for some of you, this might be that you're giving it your all. You're giving it your all, like whatever the situation is. And that's where you decide, you know what? Still not working. I'm going in a new direction. Let's just do the 8 first. And so the 8 of Pentacles is the apprenticeship card for me. It's the card of learning. So some of you might, like, it keeps coming up, this new direction that you're going in, learning something new, doing things in a completely new way. But it's the 8 of Pentacles. So it kind of shows mastery. You already have a lot of the skills that you need to do whatever it is that you want. It's not going to fully be starting from scratch. Because the person in the 8 of Pentacles has gone from the Ace all the way up to the 8. So it kind of feels like you can use whatever skills you've had to go forward. Even in a relationship, you've put in a lot of the groundwork that you need to get to where you want to be. But the Wheel of Fortune ties in beautifully with the 2 aces coming up. So I'm not surprised this comes up. It's a 10, and in numerology, that goes to a 1, which is like the aces. So there is a new opportunity coming in. This is when fate steps in. All fate is opportunities that come up that, you know, we don't really have anything to do with. They're just gifts that get given to us. But the thing is, they're doorways that are presented to us. I keep saying that, but we have to step through them. We have to step through them. They don't just happen. Have a look at this. This is the effort you put in. This is the work that you put in. Focused, diligent work. What are you willing to work on? That's what you kind of figure out here, I think. Some of you are leaving behind a situation. Some of you are remembering what it was, an old dream, whether it's in a relationship or whether you got, you know, some of you might be in a relationship where it's not fulfilling. And you're thinking, well, we never used to be like that. We were so committed to each other, and now things aren't like that. 6 of Swords is crucial here coming up, because it does mean going on a new journey, like leaving behind. But some of you might actually be traveling, because we have the 6 of Swords here, which can be the journey card for me, and the Chariot can indicate travel too. Let's see what we have coming up for you from your oracle cards. Engagement. Okay, so engagement, your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. This is about commitment, but that's the foundation anyway. The 10 of Pentacles coming up here can speak of that. Something that you're in it for the long term. And whatever, this is the crucial card here, because we have the 6 of Cups here. The 6 of Cups is looking back at this, whatever you were committed to. Have you changed what you want to be committed to? Is there a different level of commitment that you want now? Because there is fresh energy coming in with all of these. 10 on your heart light. Allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experienced love. Yes, that is exactly what this is showing. especially like for those of you that are completely single, nothing, there's no one around, there's nothing going on, and you just think it's never going to happen for me. There was a time when you felt this, when you were committed. And we always manifest from our emotions. So if you've been feeling kind of dejected, alone, lonely, like, nothing's going on, focus on this. Focus on a time, not on the person. They might have disappeared a long time ago, but focus on how you felt then, because that's what this Six of Cups, this is a gift from your past. In this deck, that's how I see it. Her younger self is handing her something as she walks away. And I'm not usually one of those people that says, to look back at the past and do all of that kind of stuff. Now, Thinker is a card, especially when it talks about relationships. So if this is a romance or love life reading for you, yes, logic and analytical thinking, it isn't kind of one of the things that we would associate with love, because love isn't very logical, right? But there is thinking here, especially like, look at the Six of Swords. Swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our ideas, and how we communicate them. The only cups that you have coming up here is the Six of Cups, which refers to the past. Looking back at the past, having sweet memories of the past. And it's kind of, I'm getting the sense that you're kind of putting all of the pieces together. That's what this kind of feels like. Putting all of the pieces together. I do feel like there's a final push that comes in here, which gives you the tools that you need. And it might be that you're leaving behind old thoughts, old ideas about how you want whatever, love, relationship, or however you want it to be. This might also be thinking, and it is the Thinker card, but it's analyzing, putting together the pieces and figuring out, well, what do I want to do? What are the new opportunities that I want? Why was this so great? What have I been putting my efforts into? What is the work that I want to do? Because when you truly enjoy what you do, it doesn't even feel like work. Let's pull you a postcard from Spirit. Okay. And it says, Dear you, it might be hard to believe you'll ever get to where you want to go. Feel the way you want to feel and find peace and security, but you can. There's lots to celebrate in this life, but first you need to let go of this attachment to achieving certain results. It's easy to get caught in the endless loop of wanting this or that so you can feel safe. The only way out is to surrender the attachment. Empty yourself so you can be filled with something new. The compulsion will be lifted and peace will come. Trust that something better waits, that something new will open up and you will see new opportunities for fulfillment. The truth is, whenever you get into the loop, what you are really looking for is spirit. That connection is where the power, the peace and the purpose lies. Everything else follows after that. Give yourself a hug. We've got you. Loving you so much. And yeah, like I said, some of you, there's something that you're going to be leaving behind to allow this new energy to come in. Because the Wheel of Fortune talks about the wheel keeps turning, right? Now, if the good times don't last, why would the bad times last? There's a really kind of fresh energy around this reading, Cancer, where you are decidedly saying no more, no more. You have an idea of what commitment looks like for you. You have an idea of something that you experienced in the past, but the Chariot's moving away from this. It's not what you want anymore. I mean, don't get into this loop of like overthinking, because that's what the Thinker can indicate sometimes too, that, we're overthinking things. There's action required here. But you will be supported. You have opportunities coming in, and then it's up to you what you do with them.